As you all have given a good response on our previous video of casting terms, I have decided to make a good series of videos on casting subject. This is the second video of this series. I will put the link of first video in the description or in the end screen so that you can watch it. In this video, we are going to discuss the sand casting process. So let's begin. To get the final product from this process, we should have following things with us. First is cope and drag box to hold the sand inside it. Second, pattern. Pattern is the replica of our final casting product. Third one is sand, which is used to make cavity and support the pattern. Fourth one, ram, which is used to ram the sand properly inside cope and drag box. Fifth one is wooden strip to level the sand inside the cope and drag box. Sixth one, fasteners. Fasteners are used to fix the cope and drag box. Seventh, screws, which are used to remove the pattern from the sand. Next, runner, riser and sprue for proper flow of molten metal inside the mold cavity. And last but not least, the molten metal, which we pour inside the mold cavity so that we can have our final product as per the required shape. First of all, we will keep the drag box inverted on the bottom base or on any plane surface, and then we will put the pattern inside the drag box at desired position. In next step, we will fill the sand inside the drag box and remove the excessive sand with the help of wooden strip. We should fix the sand perfectly inside the drag box, so it is possible to press it by hand or it can be pressed by using rams. Pressing the sand by using ram is a good idea to increase the production rate of casting process. As we use sand to prepare the mold, we need to prepare it for every single casting product again and again. Now the drag box is ready for the next operations. Let us prepare the cope box over this drag box. First, we will keep the second piece of pattern over the first piece of pattern. Then we will keep the cope box over the drag box and clamp it perfectly. After that, we will fill the sand inside the cope box and ram it tightly. Now let us remove the pattern with the help of screws by separating cope and drag boxes. Obviously, after removing the pattern, the cavity will be formed inside cope and drag box. If our final product has some holes, then we should prepare and keep the core at respective position. The core is also made up of sand. To locate the core at desired position, the core prints are made which leaves their impression with pattern inside the sand. Now we will reclamp the cope and drag boxes one over another, and we will put the gates and riser for molten metal flow. Now our mold is ready for pouring operation. To understand the further process easily, let us take a cross-section view of cope and drag box. Next operation, pouring. In this step, we pour the molten metal through the pouring basin. This pouring operation can be performed manually or by automatic machines. Enough molten metal should be poured inside the cavity so that the final product will be as per our requirements. This molten metal should be poured within very short period of time to avoid early solidification. Keep pouring the molten metal until it is fully filled inside the riser. The poured molten metal starts solidifying once it enters inside the mold cavity. During solidification process, the molten metal shrinks. Hence, it is required to pour molten metal once again in the mold cavity. This repouring is done by risers. The molten metal present inside the riser will flow back in the mold cavity and fills it completely, which avoids the undersized job production. After solidification, the next step is removal of sand. We get the final product after removing the sand filled inside the cope and drag boxes. The casting product may have some unwanted shapes of runners, risers and channels. The unwanted shapes can be trimmed out by machining process. At the last, sometimes we need to do short blasting process on casting product to remove the adhered sand particles on the surface and to increase the smoothness of surface of casting product. This is all about the sand casting process. Please add your valuable feedback in the comment section below. By just clicking the like button, you can boost our willpower. Please share this video on social platforms and hit that bell icon by subscribing to this channel to get notified about similar videos. Thank you so much.